Alright my captains, so today I am going to give you my opinion about whether you should summon for Herrscher of flamescion Kiana or not, and I am going to also give you the pros and cons of having her so that you can decide for yourself whether you want actually to pull her or not. But before we start, I just wanted to let you know that our goal is to hit 5,000 subscribers before the end of the year 2021, so if you are new here and you want to help us to hit our goal in time, please do so by subscribing my channel and share the video with your friends, and if you enjoy the video, please give it a thumbs up. Anyways, without any further ado, let's just get started. So first of all, her playstyle. Her playstyle is one of the pros for her, to be honest. Some people might see it actually as a con, but in my opinion it is one of the pros for her because of the fact that you can literally use her on the battlefield, in the air, and in both places. Like seriously, you can completely clear the whole stage in the air. This is how phenomenal her playstyle is, and it's just so amazing and enjoyable for me that I can't actually see her playstyle anything other than super enjoyable. It's really awesome. Now the problem with her is her HP loss. Unfortunately, her HP decreases with time, and this is a little bit of a problem for her because of the fact that it doesn't allow her to stand there and hit like, for example, Herrscher of Thunder May or Herrscher of Reason Bronia. These two can literally stand in front of the opponent and literally kill that opponent by hitting it without actually even moving a finger. And unfortunately, Herrscher of Flamescion Kiana can't do that. Her HP already decreases alone, and getting hit by the opponent as well is going to reduce your HP even faster, and therefore you might actually die during the process. So you have to keep in mind that your HP is decreasing, so you need actually to dodge and actually think about your HP, unlike how the playstyle of Herrscher of Thunder May and Herrscher of Reason Bronia is, where you don't even need to think about your HP unless it is an extremely broken opponent that you are facing actually. So yeah, basically this is one of the cons for her. Now as for the build, I would say actually that she isn't that independent of the build if you have a good weapon for her. And the weapon is actually either Judgment of Shamash, which you are seeing here, or the better weapon is actually Tranquil Arias, which is here. There it is. If you have Tranquil Arias, you are going to reach a very high potential actually of her, a very high level of her potential, and that would actually give you a good score in Memorial Arena, and it is going to make you enjoy using her as well. As for Judgment of Shamash, she isn't going to have so good use of it, but it's still much better than other weapons actually. It's still 10 times better than other weapons. So if you have one of these two weapons, it would be really awesome to use it on her. Keep in mind, you don't want the Tranquil Arias to be actually pre-armed. You want it to be the normal weapon, which you are seeing right now on the screen. Because the pre-armed one is not actually good for Herrscher of Flamescion Kiana. Now, as for the pay-to-win build, she is just phenomenal with it. Obviously, the Stigmata set and the weapon are created for her, so basically they take her to her maximum potential, and she does perfectly with it. And in my opinion, with the pay-to-win build, she is actually very close to Herrscher of Thunder May and Herrscher of Reason Bronia. Super close. Like, I would say she is much better actually than Herrscher of Sentience Fuhua as well. So basically, she is, if not the second, the third best Herrscher in the game in my opinion. So yeah, basically she is very strong with the pay to win build, and she is free to play friendly as well. I would say much better than Herrscher of Sentience Fuhua actually. But Herrscher of Sentience Fuhua is a little bit actually of a supportive type Valkyrie, so basically she is good even with a free-to-play build because she is used more of a support than actually DPS. So if you use her as DPS, then Herrscher of flamescion Kiana is much better actually than her in my opinion, especially if you are using the free-to-play build on both Valkyries. But if you use the pay-to-win build and basically you use actually Herrscher of Sentience Fuhua as support, they are on the same place. Herrscher of Sentience Fuhua does her job perfectly as a supportive type Valkyrie, and Herrscher of flamescion Kiana does her job perfectly as DPS. So yeah, basically, in my opinion, she is either the third or the second best. I would say Valkyrie as well, actually, not only Herrscher, because Herschers are on the top of the game. That is without any discussion, actually. Uh, there might be some Valkyries that are very close to their level, like Azure Imperia and such Valkyries, but Herschers are always on the top because they are the best. There is no doubt about that. They are always the best because of the fact that they are actually extremely broken in what they do, whether it is support or whether it is DPS. Anyways, at the end of the day, should you summon for her or not? Well, in my opinion, yes. She does deserve summoning for due to the fact that she is a very useful Valkyrie. She is a Herrscher, and that alone actually makes her worth your crystals. And the Valkyrie that is coming after her is actually grindable. You can literally buy her directly from the Memorial Arena shop if you have enough materials, which is actually 480 if I am not mistaken, of both materials, the legacy and the other material which I can't remember its name right now. Anyways, it cost you actually 480 of both materials, so basically it's not that extremely high amount of materials, and you have a whole version to actually grind for her, and then you have 3 versions to grind for her before the sale on her actually ends. So basically, I wouldn't recommend you to think a lot about Elysia unless you actually want to build her with her pay-to-win build. Instead, I would recommend you to go for Herrscher of flamescion Kiana because she is much better than her. I can grant you that she is going to be much better than her because of the fact that one, she is pay-to-win Valkyrie, 2, she is a Herrscher, 3, Elysia is actually grindable, and no matter how good the grindable Valkyries they always end up worse than the pay-to-win Valkyries. So basically, yes, they might be useful, yes, they might be really good, but unfortunately 99% of the time they end up worse than pay-to-win Valkyries, and this is normal Valkyries, so don't even think about Herschers. So yeah, basically, in my opinion, Herrscher of flamescion Kiana is much worth of your crystals than Elysia. And if you are going to pull for her, I would recommend you to go for her weapon and stigmata set as well if you can, because the weapon and stigmata set are going to take her actually to her maximum potential, where you are going to see some real job actually done with her. Otherwise, if you can't go for her weapon and stigmata set, as I said before, the best 2 weapons for her are Tranquil Arias and Judgment of Shamash. And for the stigmata set, these are actually the 3 stigmata set that I would recommend you to use: the Fuhua Musician stigmata set, the Thales stigmata set, and the pay-to-win stigmata set. These are the 3 stigmata sets that are going actually to work best on Herrscher of flamescion Kiana without that big problem actually. The pay-to-win one is actually her maximum potential, obviously. Tails is a little bit better than Fuhua Musician, and in worst case scenario you can actually craft the Fuhua Musician set from the boundary, and you can actually use it on her. It's going to work well, and it's, as I said before, she is actually pretty good even with the free-to-play build. But you need most likely a good weapon like Tranquil Arius in order to be able to actually get so good job with this stigmata set. and I really don't understand why tranquil areas of all weapons is actually good for her. I just don't understand, because it is created for an ice damage dealer, not for a fire damage dealer, but whatever. It's actually even the recommended weapon. As you can see here, the economic build is actually tranquil areas together with the Fuhua musician build. So basically I really don't understand what they were thinking of, but it is actually a very good weapon, and I did use it. If you want to check out actually the videos where I showcased her with many different Stigmata sets and different weapons actually, and we saw the results, and the results from the Tranquil Arius and Thales set were some phenomenal results actually. So yeah, basically, as I said before, she does deserve summoning for her. She is a free to play, I would say, very good free to play friendly character actually, or Valkyrie, and basically her pay to win obviously is the best choice for you. Anyways, this is my opinion about her, so let me know your opinion about her in the comments section below. And with that being said, that was everything for today. I hope that you enjoyed the video, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends so that they can enjoy it too. And if you got any useful information from this video, or if you enjoyed it, make sure to subscribe my channel and turn on the notification bell beside it so that you stay notified with everything new about Honkai Impact 3rd. And with that being said, see you as always in the next video of Honkai Impact.